No, this is your first Hudson River Derby. Has anybody came to tell you how big this is to both clubs, especially with both playing so well?
Yeah, of course. We've had a lot of talk about it in the team and also with the coaches, how big it is, especially for the supporters that we have. And yeah, for all the players as well. We got a lot of local players as well who know how much it means. So yeah, it's going to be an important game.
Next one, Mark.
No, talk about the status of the team, the feeling around the club. You've had a 6-point week and an opportunity to finish off with a big win in the derby. Talk to us about how the team is feeling right now.
Yeah, I think we're feeling good. I think, before this week we had some difficult results. So I think it was really nice to bounce back like we have done this week. But we know that it's not going to mean nothing with these 6 points if we lose tomorrow. So we're prepared and ready for our big game, and it's a really important one.
Let's go to JJ.
No, obviously it's going to be your first time playing in a baseball stadium. Have you had a chance to talk with Sean and Andre about the challenges that it presents?
Yeah, we talked with the whole team really about that it's a different stadium like we haven't been playing before, but I think got a little bit used to it. The stadium now in DC wasn't the pitch wasn't that great either. So, but of course it's a new experience for me. So, we'll see how it feels tomorrow. But yeah, it's still soccer that we're gonna play. So hopefully it will be good.
Next one, Anthony on Zoom.
Noah, in the past, how have you prepared for rivalry games, both mentally? Obviously, physically, this is a rough week with so many games, but just to mentally go from rivalry game to rivalry game, what is your preparation?
I think it's important to try to stay the same. I think if you try to build up too much in your head, I think you can be a bit frustrated by it. So I think try to keep it as normal as possible, like a normal game, and then of course there's a lot of emotions in this type of game. So prepare for that. That it's gonna be a lot of emotion, but I think it was good that we had this game against DC now, which was also a rivalry game. That we're had this experience now in this past week. We know what it's gonna be like.
Next, go to Dan.
Hey, Noah, thank you for joining us this afternoon. What was it like for you on Wednesday to try and defend with Andreas Christian Benteke, who has been such a terror on the pitch against defenders?
Yeah, it was a good challenge. I think, of course, as I said, he's been a really good player in this league and also very strong, especially aerial duels in the box. As you can see by how much he's played at top level in the Premier League, and so of course we knew it's going to be a difficult player to handle. But I think we did it good. We tried to limit him as much as possible, and I think we did a good job as a team. It was not only center backs or back line. So I think the whole team had a good preparation on how we were gonna diffuse their strength. So I think it was a good performance by the team. But now we have to look to the game tomorrow.
Next, go to Voss.
How's it going, Noah? Thank you for your time. I just wanted to ask, where does the last derby or the last rivalry matchup against DC rank for you personally in your career, having played in your respective country and your respective league against another of your local rivals?
That's a good question. I think it was definitely up there, top, because as you said, it was a really tough game, and there was a lot of emotion in the game, I think, and a lot of duels. So I think it was definitely up there and of course to get the win was brilliant. In these tough games, especially rivalry games, to get the win was amazing. So I think it's definitely up there amongst the top ones.
Next, go to Christian on Zoom.
Hi, good afternoon, Noah. Wanted to ask you just how are you living this the anticipation prior to one of the biggest matches between New York City FC and the New York Red Bulls, and any message to the fans that are going to be watching you or cheering you on the stadium?
I think as I mentioned a little bit before, I think it's try to keep it as normal as possible, to treat it as a normal game. I think if you build it up too much in your head, it can get into your head that to create more nerves and stuff. So I think try to keep it as normal as possible, and because we've had such a tight week with a lot of games, we haven't much time to think about the game too much. I think that's good to just go with the flow and go for the game. And yeah, for the sports, I hope as many as possible can come to the game and cheer us on. I think their support has been so good this season, away from home as well. Also in DC, we saw now it was so good. So I think hopefully as many as possible can come and cheer us on for hopefully get those 3 points.
Everyone, we have time for one more question with Noah. We'll go to Dan.
No, just out of curiosity, have you had a chance to watch any past derby matches with Red Bulls in New York City? And this will be your first experience playing a football match in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, no, I haven't managed to watch any games. It's difficult to follow the MLS often in Europe because of the time difference. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch any games before. But yeah, as I said, we think all the team and the coaching staff have prepared those new players for how much it means to everyone, and so I think it's I think we're ready for it. And as I said before a bit about the stadium, I think it's something we have to deal with. It's no reason to look for any excuses. I think we have to go there and try to play our game as normal.